Fellas, you know Degree Cool Rush deodorant, right? Well, last year they changed the formula, and guys were mad about it. One dude even started a petition. So guess what? Degree heard us, admitted they messed up, and brought the original Cool Rush scent back exactly how it was. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So grab some and remember why its cool, crisp, and fresh scent made it the #1 men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory for all of us.
Vitamin water was born in New York because New Yorkers wanted more flavor to pair with all the amazing food in the city. You can have the best meal in the world here, if you can get a reservation. Vitamin water is so New York, its 3 favorite cheeses are chopped cheese, bacon, egg, and cheese, and a slice of cheese pizza. We know where to get the best sushi in the city, and best nachos, and best bagels, and best... you get it. And you can find food trucks better than 5-star restaurants. Drink vitamin water. It's from New York.
In 2005, 2 brothers hit the road to fight monsters. That road has led them to fighting demons, angels, and saving the world.
It's a journey that is taking them to heaven, hell, and back. But they aren't done.
Join our journey as we go episode by episode, following the adventures of Sam and Dean Winchester. We break each episode down with the writers, producers, directors, crew, and actors to bring you the behind-the-scenes stories of how this legendary TV series was made. That guy right there, that's Rob Benedict. He played God and Chuck Shirley.
Hey, and that guy there, that's Richard Spade Jr. He played Gabriel, Loki, and the Trickster. And P.S., he directed a bunch of episodes, too.
Now, while we are insiders, we're also outsiders, because we're not experts. This is our first time watching the entire series, all 327 episodes.
Rich and I have met many of the fans at conventions around the world, and we are deepening our understanding of why you all love this series so much. Because it's really good.
Yeah, it is. Now, listen. There will be spoilers, so consider yourself warned.
And thank you for joining us on this trip we call Supernatural Then and Now. Hey everybody, I'm Rob Benedict.
Wow, that was a lot of energy. Well, I'm Richard Spade Jr. Why are you so fired up, Rob?
Because it's season 7, episode 8. Time for a wedding.
Oh my gosh. Well, let's not do a podcast right now. Let's get ready for the wedding. I'll go get my tux. I'll iron my shirt. Who's getting married?
You.
Oh, to my career?
To your career. I'll get my white dress.
Something off the shoulder, because you're trying to hook up with the reception. I knew you scamp.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for listening to our podcast. We really love putting it together for you, and we're happy you're here. And if you see something you like on social media, I assume that has to do with us.
Or just anything.
Please share it, is the point. Please spread the love about the show, anything that makes you think about our podcast.
And we really are trying to get the word out. So if you are in the Defense Department, please put us on Signal. and tell people, because apparently that's how you get the word out.
Right, sure.
Please let people know about our podcast, please.
However it is that you do it, shout it from the rooftop, but let people know that we're here and we're doing this. Well, we're doing the Lord's work.
We're doing a podcast, and you, of course, played God on TV. So in a way, we are doing the Lord's work. It's amazing to me, and Rob, you can back me up on this, how many fantastic fans and supporters of the podcasts there are out there. As Rob and I go town to town, we meet so many of you, and we appreciate every single one of you. There was somebody that Rob and I met where they're like, hey, their favorite thing was, remember they were like, oh, I love it when Rich says SPN tan.
Yeah.
Like, something really specific like that. I'm like, okay,
yeah, that's
great. And then there's other people who have me say, what's up, booty?
Yeah.
They come over to the table and say, what's up, booty? From Norway or other Nordic countries, like all over. And then there's a whole swath of people who don't know. So my point is, those of you who know and love it, help us spread the love, share the wealth, get the word out. Let people know about the podcast, because if you love it, your friends will too. So let them know and bring them in for all the good times we're having here in the podcast.
Very good. Very good. Well, let's get to the summary of this episode. There's a lot happening. There are a lot of people.
There's a lot happening here. There's a lot to unpack in this episode.
That's right.
Let me start by saying this is one of those episodes that I've heard about a lot.
Me too.
But I have never seen.
Correct. Same here. I mean, I always heard about the episode where Becky, my girlfriend, and at this point I'm pretty outside the show because I hadn't been on in a couple of years. My girlfriend, quote unquote, has tied Sam to the bed, and is having her way with him. That was what they joked about it on stage. That was the one factoid I knew. I'd be like, well, I hear that Becky did. People would laugh, but I never really saw the episode until just now.
Well, summarize it for us, will you, buddy?
Okay. Well, in Las Vegas, Dean flirts with a waitress while explaining he's worried about a friend's brother who went missing in the desert.
Let me tell you something. That conversation must happen every 5 minutes in Vegas.
That's right.
Sounds like somebody flirts with somebody with a waitress explaining that they're worried about a friend. You know what I mean? This is practically a documentary about Vegas at this point.
It is. Clearly, he's referring to himself and Sam. Soon, Dean gets a phone call. It's Sam.
But why was Sam missing the desert? I missed something in 707. Like, did Sam at the end of 707 say, I'm going off in the desert?
No, it's just that he references that he and his brother every year do a trip to Vegas. They do a boys' weekend in Vegas. But instead, Sam decided to sort of go on a walkabout or something in the desert while...
I thought I had missed something, but I'm glad to know I didn't.
So Dean's there by himself because Sam wanted to go on a walk instead and sort of find himself in the desert and go camping. Okay, so it's Sam. He calls Dean. Did I lose you, Rich? I feel like I lost you.
I'm with you, but I'm still confused by the camping thing because they refer to this later in the episode too. They go back to the camping bit.
Yeah, it's like, this is our weekend, our thing, time to do the thing. I think they've just created this arbitrary thing that they do.
So it is arbitrary, right? Like we didn't miss in previous seasons that they go to Vegas. Okay.
No, it hadn't been enough. It must not be that adventurous of a time compared to the other things they're doing.
Yeah, okay.
Because they've never mentioned it before, but it is a thing.
The reason why it bumped for me is we just went through a period of time where, remember, 2 episodes ago, Sam walks off the dock. He's like, I'm not you, and you killed Amy.
Right.
And we all know how important Amy is to this show.
Right.
And to me. Because, we've really established it. And so he's like, fine, walk. And then they recovered that. They were, and Dean even says, I didn't even ask where you were for a week. And so now he's like, oh, he's off camping. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought they just reunited and now the split up is back. But this is just an arbitrary split up. This has nothing to do with Amy.
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I think what happened is they reverse engineered. We want them to get married. How do we go? How do they get to Vegas? So it's Sam, and he asks Dean to come to a nearby wedding chapel in a suit. When Dean arrives, he finds Sam dressed up and shockingly announcing he's getting married to Becky Rosen, the supernatural superfan and girlfriend of Chuck Shirley. Sam claims they reconnected and fell in love, leaving Dean baffled. She tells Dean she passed all of Sam's tests to confirm she isn't a monster or a demon. Sam and Becky plan to head to her home in Delaware, and Dean decides to follow to investigate.
Yeah, I would say this would be a concerning turn of events for Dean.
Yeah, it's shocking. I love how quickly they get around the United States. It's just Vegas to Delaware.
It's astonishing.
Yeah.
And by the way, look, we can you want to open that can of worms? Let's talk about the unlimited funds these boys seem to have.
Yeah.
To go anywhere and do
hotels
anything.
Well, in Delaware, Becky proudly registers for her 10th high school reunion, ready to show off her new husband.
And what do they call her? Becky?
Yeah, Becky.
I didn't really get that joke.
I think it's just sort of supposed to be like icky.
Like icky? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, he meets her friend Guy. Okay, first of all, the guest stars in this episode. You had Leslie Odom Jr. Anybody? Leslie Odom Jr., who plays like her friend Guy. He's Broadway. You ever heard of a show called Hamilton?
Oh, he's in Hamilton?
Yeah. He's originated the one who shot Hamilton.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's that.
I did not know that. I did not recognize him.
Leslie Odom Jr. He's like a huge star now.
You're saying the name, and I recognize the name, but I could not have told you what he was famous for. Now that you say Hamilton.
When I saw it on the opening credits, and it was listed like way after, it was like 4th or 5th. I was like, say what now? Leslie Odom Jr.? Like, yeah, he was a huge star because he is a huge star because of...
Big Broadway guy, obviously.
And I'm the one who shot him. That's him. So yeah, and then he's been on TV and movies, and he's in a string of commercials. Like he's a name now. He's made albums.
That's awesome.
Beautiful voice, and such a great actor. I loved having him in this episode. It's a great.
Oh man, he did a great job.
Great part. So he's planning the event. He slips her a mysterious purple elixir and reveals he is a Wiccan.
Did that feel like a hat on a hat for you? Because you were famous for slipping. Your high school friend's purple elixir.
Right.
You know what I mean? It felt like you're laying a little bit.
It is my lane. I'm in the Wiccan lane. Dean pulls up to the event space where the reunion is being held and notices a newspaper headline about a lottery winner who was hit by a truck.
Now, for many of our listeners, I need to explain a detail here. A newspaper was a printed publication that used to come out daily. It would have the news on it. Think of it like your phone, your Twitter, you know, wherever you get your news now, only it was accurate news. That was
that's right. Trustworthy.
Fit to print. Yeah, exactly.
It's too bad when they heard you talking about that, they pressed the go forward 10 seconds on their podcast machine.
Yeah, I know, which is not a button you can do on the newspaper.
Right, exactly. That night at dinner, Sam begins questioning things, but Becky doses his drink with the purple potion, making him fall in love again.
So you could simplify that sentence by but Becky pulls a Benedict. And everybody's going to, he slips him a Mickey.
Right.
And
except Becky didn't pull a Benedict because she's cheating on me with Sam. Meanwhile, we see a batter get killed by a pitching machine while a mysterious man watches from the bleachers.
I had a tough time with that one, to be honest with you.
Which thing?
I mean, I kind of feel like you just step like slightly out of the batter's box, you're safe from the batting machine.
Yeah.
I kind of felt like that was, I get you could like speed it up, break the bat, knock the guy in the ribs a little bit. But then just to take him out with a face blow.
Yeah.
For starters, really good aim by a guy in the stands, just kind of tweaking the machine down a little bit. So
he's good.
Put that kid in the majors.
He's good at what he does. Why was it just a random baseball field?
Yeah, the idea was that kid made it to the majors.
What?
Yeah, and he's jealous that he gave his soul. Yeah. They reference it later. They go, guy just gets bumped up to the majors, gets killed. You know.
Oh, I missed that part.
Yeah.
Look at you watching and.
I watched the dumb show. I don't keep a dumb notebook with dumb questions in it.
Last episode, there are a couple of things where you're like.
The last episode that I literally gave a Kenny Rogers to.
Yeah, you were like, Sam and Dean are brothers?
Oh, very funny. Ha, ha, ha.
The next day, Dean shows up at Becky's with a waffle iron wedding gift.
You're still all over the Melanie thing. I get it. Now
I've moved on to Becky, and I'm really upset about it. Okay, this episode is very sensitive for me.
We'll see.
The next day, Dean shows up at Becky's with a waffle iron wedding gift and mentions he's working on a case about people who got lucky, then suddenly died soon after. He mentions the baseball batter who had recently gotten promoted to the majors. You read ahead.
I did not.
Becky says she and Sam are already working on the case. And she shows him this room with all the like posters and everything. It's pretty funny. She's so funny. Dean confronts Sam and says that Becky might be the next victim since her dream of being with Sam came true. Sam dismisses him, claiming he's moved on and doesn't need his brother anymore. Dean calls Bobby for backup, but he can't make it and directs Dean to a hunter named Garth.
We know he can't make it because he has a one-sided conversation because they didn't want to pony up for...
Well, because it's already too many guest stars.
Yeah,
They've got...
like, hey, Bobby, I need your help. What do you mean you can't make it? You have to do like the sort of the answer. Huh? You've got the flu and you're on a case? But Bobby, fine, I understand. Your car's in the shop.
So he gives him basically what is okay, here's another thing. DJ Qualls, our buddy DJ that we see almost every weekend at these conventions.
Hi, y'all. I love to party.
I've never, ever seen him on the show.
No, and is this the first time we have seen Garth?
Yeah.
It must be, right?
Yeah. You've been watching the show with me. You would know the answer to that question.
Yeah, except for, dude, we see DJ in real life every 5 minutes. So I had a bit of a, wait a minute, have I seen this before or not?
Okay, I'll give you that one, but with a warning. But Garth is basically a hunter, sort of a temp hunter
which I didn't realize that Garth was a hunter. Again, classic. I know a guy in the show, but I don't know what he does. I did not know that DJ played a hunter.
I knew his name was Garth.
I knew that
because we play a Garth Brooks song for him every time he comes on stage. But
oh my God,
you just realized that's why we do that?
Yes,
that's hilarious.
I thought you were playing a country song because he's from Tennessee.
No, his name's Garth.
Which he is. He's from Nashville. But I just now put the Garth thing together.
Yeah.
That is great. That's clever. You know what? Norton.
Well, Rob.
Bora.
Or Rob.
Moran.
Or Rob.
And the lead singer. Good job.
Rob, who came up with the idea, but it was fine.
But let's spread the wealth. The boys of Loudon Swain as a collective.
Sure. we're at our best when we're all together.
That's clever, though, Rob. That's good. Garth.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Anybody who's been to conventions, you know that Rob and the band, they play low place, friends in low places for DJ to take the stage. And now we know, big reveal, is because Garth Brooks sings that song. And that song, DJ plays a character named Garth.
Garth, yeah. And like everything with the band, we go big and we divide by 4.
Yeah, dude, that is something.
Yeah, it's fun, right? So Dean and Garth go to interview who they suspect might be the next victim, a recently appointed CEO. Sam and Becky are already there and say the guy is clear.
The guy? Oh, that's confusing because there's a character named Guy.
Yeah, it's very.
That really confused me. I'm like, what do you mean? Huh?
Dean and Garth interview him anyway, and the guy seems clear of any wrongdoing. However, his wife barges in, and the new duo suspect that she's the one that used black magic to get her husband the CEO job. She enjoys the status of it.
Yeah, she likes it a lot. Yeah. Very into all the perks, if you will.
Did you know that black magic is one word?
I did not know that. I think it may be referencing the camera.
Black magic. At home, Sam discovers Becky's obsessive journal and grows suspicious. When Becky's elixir runs out, she actually spills it in her purse, which felt very real to me.
Yeah.
I don't know why. She panics as Sam regains his clarity.
You know what problem I had with that, though?
What?
Why didn't the purse fall in love with her?
Ah.
The hole in the story.
Hole in the story.
Purse should have been all over her.
Yeah. If you know black magic, then you know that black magic works on inanimate objects as well. He realizes that she's been drugging him, but Becky knocks him out with Dean's waffle iron.
I actually thought that was really funny and have a technical question for the group here.
Okay.
So obviously we know the bit. She's behind him, and so you could just they can she can make the move and they add the sound and he would fall right. But his hair pops up like from the impact of the thing.
Oh,
it's really well done. It's like whoop, and so I'm like, oh, how the hell they do that? Like, is it like foam so light? Because even a foam thing could hurt you if you hit it hard enough. But somehow they do something where it, like you really feel the impact on it.
It's got to be a foam waffle iron, and
really foam, like very
and she
nerfy.
Probably grazed the back of his hair.
It works really well. It's a really funny bit.
Yeah. Becky knocks him out with Dean's waffle iron and ties him up at her parents' cabin. She meets up with Guy, who offers Becky more elixir.
Now, is this the guy or Guy?
No, this is the Guy.
Okay. Man, I'm really glad Guy B didn't direct this one because this is more guys than we could. I know that, Rob, you have an unlimited number of guys that you're cool with, but for me, that would be too many guys.
That's a lot of guys. That's a lot. Even for me, that's a lot. She meets up with Guy, who offers Becky more elixir in exchange for her soul, revealing himself as a crossroads demon. He'll even give her 25 years with Sam in exchange for her silence. Becky, desperate but hesitant, ponders the proposal. Meanwhile, Dean and Garth save the CEO's wife from a convenient accident, and she confesses she made a deal with a guy to get her husband the CEO job. Oh, it's a lot of guys. Yeah. They suspect a crossroads demon, but the deaths are coming too fast. The deals usually last 10 years.
Yeah, man, they're really not lasting 10 years. Like a fridge.
Right.
You buy a refrigerator these days, good luck having it last. Go one of the old ones, buy a used fridge. With no motherboard in it, just an old-fashioned fridge. That thing will run and run and run. It'll outlive us all. Mm-hmm. But the new stuff, yeah, it looks nice. And they have a temperature control for every drawer in the whole thing. But, man, it just peters out after 3 years.
Right. Okay, Becky returns. If you remember, if you're still with us, Becky returns, confesses her insecurities to Sam, and considers giving him another dose, but he urges her to let him go if she truly loves him. She's better than that. Meanwhile, Dean and Garth have figured out where Becky is likely hiding Sam. Becky returns to the Union and tricks Guy by trapping him in a devil's trap.
Trapping him in a devil's trap, you say? Boxing him into a box.
Dean, Sam, and Garth confront him, and Guy reveals he was scamming his clients by having his intern Jackson kill them early to collect their souls. That's the guy who...
Did we ever know the guy's name was Jackson? I don't remember him
I don't
being
remember.
Named.
Yeah, I don't remember, but I'm sure he did. A fight breaks out. Jackson attacks, but Becky kills him with the demon knife.
Jackson attacks him.
Devil in a devil's trap. Crowley appears, angry at Guy for breaking the rules of demonic contracts. To avoid chaos in Hell's hierarchy, Crowley cancels all of Guy's deals and takes him away, telling the Winchesters to stay focused on the Leviathans.
I'll tell you what, that's why you don't get Jim Beaver in this. You had to pony up for Mark Shepard.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I say, let the Leviathans be. I like these episodes. It's like old school.
Yeah.
Monster of the Week. Afterward, Sam signs annulment papers. Becky, heartbroken, asks if it was all bad. Sam thanks her for saving his life and tells her she isn't a loser. As they part, Becky and Garth share a brief awkward moment, and I'm going, what the hell, man? But Dean quickly shuts it down. Dean and Garth share an uncomfortable hug before Garth leaves. In the final scene, Sam apologizes for pushing Dean away and admits he still needs his brother. He also tells Dean that now it's time for Dean to start looking out for himself.
Yeah, time to grow up, Dean.
Dean doesn't seem thrilled by that thought. A couple things. So, do you get the feeling that Sam am I just PTSD, or do you think is there something going on? Like, are they really getting along? It feels like they're like, come on, let's get along. Put your troubles away. Let's do this.
Well, there's always like a through line of crapola with those guys. It's know part of the show.
I just don't know if this is leading to Sam leaving him for good or something. I don't know.
I don't know, man. I don't know, but I did think it's weird. I never think of Sam. I mean, I think the boys take care of each other equally. I never think of one as being more helpful than the other per se. But I think it's interesting. Like, I'm not going to take care of you all the time. You got to be on your own. And Dean being like, yeah, that thought weighs heavy on me. Felt a little forced to me.
Can I just say real quick
Yeah, please do.
Leslie Odom Jr.
Big star.
He played the original Aaron Burr in the music Hamilton. He has earned a Tony Award for that and a Emmy Award for his live stage reading of Hamilton and a Emmy Award for that and then also a Grammy Award for Best Musical Theater Album.
Dude, you got to win. He's close to being an EGOT.
Yeah, just an Oscar away.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, pretty amazing. Just such a talented guy. Anyway, so I like this episode. I thought it was super fun, and like I said, I kind of liked it. It felt like a return to form, like the last one. I loved all the guest stars. I mean, I've heard a lot about this episode because, like we talked about, I've had to sort of address it on stage when I wasn't on the show, and people were like, "So what's up with your girlfriend?" I don't love that there are a couple times that they went like, she's what's his name? Chuck Shirley. They like search for my name, like they don't remember who I am. I didn't love that.
They did?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah. If you go back, you can look at it. Like the Dean's reading of line, he's like, wait, you talking about like, first of all, they see her and they're like, Becky Rosen? But then when they're like, yeah, what? Because Chuck Shirley. Anyway, I didn't love it. I didn't love the line reading.
I remember they said Breckenmeyer rolled off the tongue one time.
It felt something like that, yeah. Also, and I'm looking at my dumb notes here. Also,
Rob's dumb notes. Here they go again. Rob's dumb notes. Cut my throat again. Rob's dumb notes. Let's listen to those dumb notes now.
Is it Leviathan or Leviathans? Because someone in this episode said, we got to kill all those Leviathan.
It's got to be plural, right? Or are they both acceptable?
I don't know.
Now it's time for the grammar police to come in.
I think the correct answer is Leviathan means a lot of Leviathan. A whole bunch of Leviathan are Leviathan.
You don't have to say the article when you say university. If you are British, you can say, I went to university.
Right. Same with holiday.
Like maybe it's like that.
I'm going on holiday.
Yeah, or hospital. So maybe it's like that. Maybe Leviathan's like hospital. Let's go to Leviathan.
Or medicine.
Kill Leviathan. I don't know, man.
Well, I don't know either. We have to agree to disagree to not know.
Yeah.
Supernatural is another dumb note. I love the line when Becky says something like, but supernatural is like not that popular. So
yeah, that was funny.
Yeah.
That was a little meta.
That's what I love about that character. Kind of brings in the...
Yeah, it did funny. I don't know about Leviathan. I think they both work. I'm going to go with...
Fine.
You can go with either.
Anyway, what did you think? I told you what I thought. What do you think?
I enjoyed it. It was definitely silly, on the silly side. Oh, well, hold on now. I got to do this. R, Rob and Rich. Ratings. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it was silly. I thought the reason why it was silly was good, meaning like that, like her affection for Sam and she bought the potion and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. So I'm going to say from a beard perspective, and what did you think of it before we actually picked the beard? What were your thoughts?
Felt like a classic episode. I mean, the introduction of Garth and Becky coming back. It felt like an old school episode in a way. Like the love spell and Dean being confused. I like it when Sam and Dean are getting along ish. Even though in this one Sam had married, but I don't know. It felt fun and funny.
Yeah, and I also thought that
and Leslie Odom Jr.
But I also thought the silliness was offset well with with Leslie Odom Jr.'s character. I thought he played that well, and that sort of the menace was there.
Yeah.
Because the thing that was cool about that was he was sort of a dorky sidekick until he wasn't.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, he's a Crossroads demon.
Right. Yeah, totally.
So it's tricky because I did think it was a little goofy in certain places, but I also liked the conceit of it all. Do you have a beard ready to go here? Because I'm still kind of fumbling here.
I'm thinking, again, trying to mix it up, but a good full beard, funny and classic. Did George Carlin have a good beard?
Yeah, I mean, okay, sometimes.
I gave Galifianakis for the last episode, but
That's all you can repeat.
All right, I'm going to do another. I'll do Galifianakis, but I have in my mind a neat and tidy Galifianakis.
Okay.
Not like, crazy Jack Black Galifianakis, but
okay.
Galifianakis is more neat and tidy. So funny guy, classic beard.
All right, I'm going to go with, in his absence, I'm going to go with the Jim Beaver. Because I think it's, Jim always has a nice solid beard.
Right.
Salt of the earth beard.
Right.
But, no one had ever described it as crazy or Stapleton-esque, not even Kenny Rogers-esque, but it's a good beard.
Right.
He's like, he may not be the front man in the country band, but he's a heck of a pedal steel player. He belongs in the lineup.
Very good. Well, awesome. Good stuff. And now we're going to head you right into this room that we like to call our interview room.
Oh, what's in this room? Door sound, walk, walk, walk. This is nice.
Right. So on the other side of this door.
You have a lot of tasteful nudes on the wall here, Rob. Who's your designer? Oh, you did this. Nice.
We have a delightful person on the show for you today. I'm so excited. We get to
Me?
You shut up. We get to talk to Emily Perkins. Emily most famously played the title role in the film Ginger Snaps and its 2 sequels. This earned her an induction into the Fangoria Hall of Fame.
Oh, I didn't realize Ginger Snaps was a horror movie.
Yeah. She was a child actor, having appeared as the young Beverly Marsh in the TV miniseries based on Stephen King's It. She was also in the films She's the Man, Another Cinderella Story, and Juno. She appeared in 4 episodes of Supernatural as superfan Becky Rosen. And she's just a delightful human. This is our conversation with Emily Perkins.
Oh my gosh.
Emily Perkins.
Hello.
You have not changed one bit. Look at you.
How's it going?
Good.
My God. Rob, you and I are
We-
the portrait of Dorian Gray. We're up in the attic aging exponentially. And she looks.
What a literary reference.
Thank you. It's the mustache.
We just watched the episode, so it's literally you have not changed.
Yeah,
You look
fresh
exactly
in our
the same.
mind.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Thank you for doing this, by the way. And I know it's,
Well, thank you for having me on.
of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. Well, let's dive into it. So let's talk about your origin story in the Supernatural universe. How did you come to play this character?
Well, Becky is a fan of the books that Chuck writes. They're based on the adventures of Sam and Dean.
Did you audition or was it an offer?
Yeah, I auditioned. Yes. I remember reading the part and it just kind of leaping off the page to me and thinking, oh my God, this is so funny. Like I just loved the character right away. And usually like if it's something that you're going to book, like that happens as an actor, it's like, it just comes alive for you.
Yes.
Yeah. I was super pleased to play such a quirky, fun character.
Well, you nail it too. I mean, it fits you like a glove.
Yeah. It's like the role you're meant to play.
Thanks, I think.
It's a compliment.
No, because, one of the things watching this episode, it's funny because this episode was one that I always heard about because I talked about it on stage because it was a period when I wasn't on the show and it was hard to hear that my girlfriend, quote unquote, on the show was now, having her way with Sam, and we made a bit about that on stage, So it was really fun watching the episode and, and not being in it and being able to really appreciate your performance. And what I love is they really do a lot of like push-ins on you at the end of scenes because you have this great comic face. There's a lot of you like considering it, what you've just done or what you're going to do. And it's really fun. Like, I don't feel like they do that with a lot of guest stars, but they really linger on your face. They really got what it is that you, Emily, brought
they
to
tapped
that part.
into your thing and capitalized on it well.
Well, it was a real joy. It was the liberating character to play because she has so little shame. I feel like in real life, I'm extremely introverted And like, I don't really like socializing. I don't party or anything. And it's even like, I'm a teacher now, and it's even kind of hard for me to like stand up in front of the class each day. But I think it's because like I really have like maybe an excess of like social shame. Like when I was a kid, I was very like nervous. I didn't like to make eye contact with people. Maybe I'm on the spectrum. I don't know. But Becky has like no shame at all. It's just, it's so refreshing and awesome.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, it's Rob. You know when a new piece of clothing just becomes your go-to? Like maybe a new shirt? That's what happened for me when I picked up a few items from Quince. It's the first thing I reach for in my closet because they're lightweight, they're comfortable, and they're always on point. And I like to be on point. I don't like to be off the point. Quince has all the things you actually want to wear, like organic cotton silk polos or European linen beach shorts or comfortable pants that work with everything from backyard hangs to nice dinners. Oh, I loves me a good backyard hang. The best part? Everything with Quince is priced like 50 to 80% of what it normally would be with similar brands. The price is ridiculous, and it's really well made. They work directly with top artisans, and they cut out the middleman, so it gives you like luxury pieces without the crazy markups. And Quince only works with factories that are safe, ethical, and responsible, and they use premium fabrics and finishes. I'm telling you, it's a great product, and it's a great price. And I just got myself a nice short-sleeve white linen shirt from Quince that I wore last week at the convention in Minneapolis. For anyone playing along at home, if you saw me, then you know that I looked stylish without trying too hard. There was something just cool about it. I felt cool wearing it. So elevate your closet with Quince. Go to quince.com/STN for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/STN to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/STN.
Hey, yo, Rich Spade here. Summer is just around the corner, and the fine folks at Mint Mobile have a hot take. Getting a summer bod is out, and getting your savings bod is in. This spring and summer, we want skimpy wireless bills and fat wallets. And with premium wireless plans for just $15 a month, you can have both without breaking a sweat or the bank. Let me tell you something. Mint Mobile Wireless is top shelf. Connections are great. Calls are clear. Internet connections are zippy as heck. The whole family loves it. And man, are you saving some serious money because you're not handing over heaps of cash every month. Only pay for what you need. Only pay for what you use. Say bye-bye to your overpriced wireless plans, jaw-dropping monthly bills, and unexpected overages. Mint Mobile is here to rescue you. All plans come with high-speed data and unlimited talk and text, or high-speed data if you're one of those people, and unlimited talk and text, delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your own phone number along with all your existing contacts. How easy is that? Ditch overpriced wireless and get 3 months of premium wireless service from Mint Mobile for $15 a month. You heard that right. It's $15 a month for the first 3 months. Good grief, that's low. So I'm telling you, this is the year. You skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/supernatural. That's mintmobile.com/supernatural. Upfront payment of $45 for 3 months, 5 gigabyte plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Thanks for supporting Supernatural then and now. And now, back to the show. This is a question for both you and Rob. Is this the first episode that you did that didn't have Rob in it?
Yeah, I think so.
Was it? I don't know.
I think so, yeah. I think the other ones were like you and I at the convention. Then there's one where like I call and enlist your
right.
help.
And we're on the phone. Yeah. or not on the phone.
And then there's this, and then the one in season 15 where unfortunately I snapped my fingers and I'm bad, Chuck.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, it was fun to sort of to watch you do your thing. Now, did you, Emily, know the show before you got the role of Becky?
No, not at all. I'm very much a reader. Well, I go through some periods, and I think that at that time I was just like not watching TV at all. I just like unplugged the TV.
So how did you get your start in acting? You were a child actor, right? Correct?
Yes. Yep. I started when I was 10 years old. I actually wanted to do like stage plays, and I just kind of fell into the film industry side of it. But I was a very like idealistic child, and I really thought it was important to tell stories. Like there was this touring production of Sadako and the 10,000 Cranes, or this is the 1,000 Cranes. And it's about like a girl who survives Hiroshima. And I was like, oh my God, if everyone could see this story, there would be no more war. So I wanted to like help tell stories like Sadako's.
Wow.
So
noble.
Super idealistic. And then I started working in the film industry, and I was like, this is not what this is about at all.
Definitely different in that regard for sure.
It was all downhill from there, except for Supernatural, which was a high point because I got to tell the story of Becky, which I feel is on par with the child who died in Hiroshima.
Wow. In many ways, Becky should have stopped all wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, indeed. Becky stops all wars.
Well, make love, not war, right?
Yeah,
right. Exactly.
Sam, not war.
Mm-hmm.
So did you obviously connected to this character, and I assume because I was on the show and Rob was on the show that you never really knew how many episodes your character would do or when you'd be coming back. So these were calls out of the blue. Hey, you want to come do an episode coming up, right? I mean, is that how it played out for you?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. And I was delighted each time the phone rang, and it was Supernatural calling.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's certainly, look, I have no doubt that every single character you've ever played you connect with, but you definitely, there's something about Becky that you just really, it's a character that could easily become a sitcom. So it's that balance between keeping it real in the universe and keeping it funny. And that's way harder than people would realize because you make it look easy, but it's not. For Rob's point of like you contemplating your choices in the episode, even with the humorous undertone of this premise, there are stakes here. Does she give up her soul for this pursuit of a false relationship? And crossroad demons are established as real threats in the show. So there is a reality to it. Did you find that to be a fun tightrope to walk?
Yeah, that's a great question. Absolutely. Yes. So it's super fun to walk. I mean, because she's such a human character. I know Becky has her detractors, but I find her to be very sympathetic. And as many actors have said, you cannot play a character if you judge them. And I just think, who would not have done the same thing in Becky's position? Like, really? Do we not all try to manipulate our romantic partners in some way? Like, who among us actually completely accepts who the other person is, like right now, and what they're thinking and feeling? Like, we all are constantly trying to manipulate our realities. And so, I mean, it's a bit of a cautionary tale. It's the tale of Dr. Faustus, right? Christopher Marlowe,
right? As
are like many other episodes, I think as well. And so there's that really deep kind of universal anchor for the character, but then there's also just this sheer goofiness. And I think we don't have enough goofiness in this world. Like everything should be taken with a grain of goofiness.
Well, interesting you say that because I think the Supernatural universe benefits tremendously from dipping into goofy every now and then, because it is a heavy story of at its core. It's a very biblical story of a absent father and prodigal sons and sons sucked into a world and all these things that are, if you really take an aerial view, brutal. Two boys raised on the road in a motels with no mom and see their mom die basically. And so you have to come out of that. You have to exhale every now and then. And Chuck Shirley's an exhale. Gabriel, the character I played, was an exhale. And your character is certainly, Becky's an exhale. That's necessary.
There's a lot of exhaling, panting, even you might say.
Yeah, a lot of well done. I mean, this is the kind of That kind of double entendre, you don't fall out of bed with those kind of smarts. No wonder you're a reader.
No, but it is true. It's a way too for this show to sort of, turn a mirror on itself and go, hey, this is a show. We're aware of what this is. I mean, what I love about Becky too is it like in this episode you say something about like no one really goes to the conventions because we're not that popular of a show, and it was kind of a commentary on the fact that as long as the show was on, it really didn't get great numbers, even though the fans that did watch it were so rabid and so into it and kept it on the air, but it's just barely surviving every year. And it takes a character like Becky to sort of call that out, and we can kind of laugh at that. And it is important in this kind of show. Otherwise, it takes itself too serious.
Well, I mean, in many ways, Becky is such a what is it, meta? Character. I mean,
and there's two schools of thought about that, right? Like some people like the meta episodes, and some people don't like the meta as much.
Right.
Even if they don't like them, they need them. It goes back to what I was saying about the fact that you need to have an exhale. You need to have an off ramp every now and then. You can't just go full speed down the dark road at all times. It also isn't human nature because everybody stops for a second to regroup. So, and I also thought it was genius the way Supernatural took a gander over the people that were keeping it on the air, the fandom, which you represent. Mm-hmm. Not all fans, but you represent a type, and Chuck Shirley represented a type, and it was really cool that the show did that.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's some people weren't necessarily that happy with the character because they didn't think that it reflected that well on fandom in general. But I think it was intended, like Becky's definitely intended as a loving poke at the fan community. And I don't know, I'm a fan myself, and I have a sense of humor about the things that I'm passionate about. And so I guess we all just need to do that a little bit, but I don't know.
Yeah.
She did do some bad things, so I understand.
Yeah, but she had a good heart. And at the end of this episode, she makes the right decision.
Yeah.
So the tweets you're sending in this episode are real. I just found that out. So there's actually a Becky Rosen account on Twitter. Do you know this?
What? No.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, the tweets you were sending were real, and there's a real Becky Rosen account. So the question I had for you is, did Props hand you a phone logged into Twitter ready to go? Or I guess not, because you had no idea.
No, I had no idea.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And apparently you can still go, you can find them at Super Becky Rosen.
Yeah, at Super Becky Rosen.
Yeah.
It's so fun.
Yeah.
Life imitates art, and art imitates.
Yeah.
There's no line really here. It's just life and art are one and the same.
It's the reason that people come up to me at conventions and tell me how mad at me they are.
No, that's usually me, and that's because you're just, being a real puss.
That's true. It is usually Richard who oddly buys tickets for my autographs, which is weird.
Yeah, and pay for them.
Yeah, that's right.
So Becky really gets her hands dirty this episode. She participates.
Yes, she gets to actually kill a demon. Yes, she saves Sam. So she is at root a very good-hearted person, and I think that in the end, she gets the fun time that she deserves.
Yeah.
She gets to come out of her shell a little bit.
Yeah.
But really what this episode is about is, did you see Adolescence? I think it's about the dangers of the internet. And just, she spends too much time on her screen, and she needs to get out in the world. And she finally does it.
I concur.
I like that. And you get to work with Leslie Odom Jr. on the way.
Yes.
How was he to work with? Was he fun?
Amazing.
Awesome.
Did you know at the time that he would be one award shy of an EGOT by the time you did a podcast, about the show?
No idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rob filled me in on his list of awards today. Aside from the fact that I knew he was from Hamilton, I did not realize how many awards the man has won, and there are numerous.
Yeah, a Tony, a Grammy, and an Emmy.
I'm on my way to an EGOT too. I'm just an EGOT shy of an EGOT. But I mean, that's pretty close.
Yeah,
that's pretty close.
There's only an EGOT between me and an EGOT. I was going to ask. Oh. Okay, Rob wrote this question because it's a bit of a fantasy camp question for him. He wants to know, asking for a friend.
It's not me.
How long do you think the relationship between Becky and Chuck lasted?
Oh, interesting question.
Well, philosophically, time, it's not the same for God. It's just like one eternal beat.
Right.
Sure.
And so it's everlasting. They are together in that eternal plane. So I think he owes me some favors. What are you going to do for me, God?
Okay, let me ask you this. Do you think Chuck and Becky ever did the grown-up?
I did not say that. Is not on here.
That's not how you wrote it. I am censoring it.
You jerk.
Did they ever consummate their relationship, or was it just?
Well, in this episode, Becky says that he broke up with her, which I don't understand why.
He was too much for him.
Maybe
What do you think, Rob? You guys think you
right.
actually hooked up, or it was all just hand holding and letter
I
writing?
don't know, Richard.
I think they went to like the spiritual plane. Like, I feel like God would have extracted my spirit from my body, and we went to this whole, like, to the astral plane.
Wow.
And it was hot for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think that a mere mortal would understand what happened there, but it was
putting the ass in astral plane. Nice going, Chuck.
Well,
there's another plane, Richard. There's another plane.
Private plane. None of my business. You know, one of my favorite parts of the episode is when you hit Jared with the waffle iron.
Oh yeah.
And from a production standpoint, I know this is long ago, so you may not remember this. I thought it was hilarious that his hair actually flipped up, because we all know that you're not hitting him with an iron thing, but in so doing, however you guys staged it, his hair went poof. So do you have any recollection? Was that just the wind of the thing whipping by his head, or like?
I think it was probably just the wind.
That was hilarious. It really sold the bit. Like,
was it a foam? Was it a foam waffle iron?
I think it was foam. Yeah. But I'm very clumsy with props. Like, you guys are American actors. You've probably never worked on like anything really low budget before. But like,
no. I'll top tier for us.
So many stunts and props just because I'm so scatterbrained and clumsy. Like, there was like one time I had to punch out a window, and there was like one fake window. And I punched it in the rehearsal, and it was gone.
No. Oh, God.
And this is like, a movie being made for $1 million total.
Oh my God.
And there was one time when I had to stab somebody, and he had like a pad because it was like a retractable knife, but like a super stiff one.
Sure.
And like, I missed the chest pad, and I stabbed him into like a big bruise. So
oh my God.
no one actually got hurt on the set.
Well,
wow.
The guy with the giant bruise.
Oh my God.
So listen, everybody knows, anybody who listens to this podcast, anybody who's been to conventions or follows any kind of supernatural anything knows that Jared Padalecki had the roles been reversed and you've been tied to the bed and he doing scenes over you would have made your life a living hell. He would have tickled your feet and poked and prodded you. So in reversing that situation, since you had him tied to the bed, did you mess with him at all? Was there any like, haha, now I'm going to ruin your day?
No,
A lot of people are hoping you're going to say yes here, including myself.
I feel like I didn't know him well enough, but some people should have given me some ideas. Like, I didn't know. Like, I was just.
You were too busy being professional. I know that never stopped him.
You're right. He really deserved to come up. What else do you remember about that scene about having him tied to the bed? Was it fun?
I just remember it being super hot, and like Jared was like sweating.
Hot like sexy or hot like sweaty?
He was sweating through his clothes. Like, he kept saying, "Can I have a fan? Can you guys just bring the fans in?" And he was like fanning himself, and I was like, "Is it me? Is it me?"
It might have been.
He's such a method actor. I tell you, he gets so into it.
Yeah, that's commitment. That is commitment.
Yeah.
You also had a nice kill in this episode.
You did.
Yeah, you get a real hero moment.
Yes. I got to actually kill a demon.
Step up and de-demon somebody.
Yep.
De-demon a character named Jackson that we didn't know his name was Jackson.
Yeah.
So and you got to work with someone who's not a demon, as far as we know, DJ Qualls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. You guys ever done a panel together at a convention or anything?
Maybe. We've definitely been at conventions together. Oh my gosh, that guy is hilarious.
Yeah.
Wonderful actor to work with.
Again, it's funny watching these episodes where they like mention my character name and you kind of like, and then at the end, it's like, okay, I got through the episode and then DJ has eyes for you. And I'm like, come on, guys, come on. Jeez, I turned my back for 1 second. Everybody's making eyes at Becky.
Well, you had your shot there, Rob.
If you could like visually see the pheromones coming off Becky, it would just be this like this cloud.
This cloud of pheromones
swirling around her. Yeah.
Well, the physical comedy of you and Jared together was really funny when you go, especially when you go into the high school reunion and you register for the reunion and he comes in behind you,
Yeah, there's a bit of a height difference.
He's a giant.
If you really pay attention, you can notice a height difference between you two from certain angles.
Yeah, when your date can put both hands on your shoulders and still, have a foot above you, like I have a picture with me and a girl that I went to like a 5th grade dance with, and she was in 6th grade and I was in 5th grade, and she's a full head taller than me, and her hands are on my shoulders, and my head is here,
God,
Yeah, it's the most unromantic thing, Like, is that your sister? No, it's my date. Just 1 year. Well, it was so cool to see you in this episode. Like I said, it's a fan favorite episode, and it's a home run for the role of Becky. And it's just one of those really special episodes that every season has a few of them, and this is one of them. And I love that you were, the central figure in it.
Yeah, it's super fun. You do such a great job. Your energy is so fantastic. Whether you're doing it with Rob or you're on your own, the character is such a well-developed and interesting character. And again, like I said, I know that it's based in humor, but there are some grounded moments in this that really keep the character three-dimensional, and I think it's awesome. And you do a great job with that.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And thank you so much for carving out time from laundry that I know you're doing.
And teaching
and all the wonderful things you do.
Being a mother and all those things. Yeah.
Yeah. To come have a conversation with us.
And I've said this before, but I think you're such a fantastic actress, and I'm so glad that I got to work with you and that you come back in season 15, and, just great to know you. And you're so talented. It was fun to watch you.
I feel the same. Thank you, Rob.
Thank you so much,
Emily.
Okay,
Take
thanks,
care.
Richard. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you, Emily. See ya.
Hey there, this is Jared Padalecki, and I hope you're enjoying the episode. But we gotta pull over for a second for some messages.
You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. If you've ever shopped online, and let's face it, who hasn't? Chances are you've bought something from a business powered by Shopify. You know that purple Shop Pay button you see at checkout? The one that makes buying so incredibly easy? That's Shopify. And there's a reason so many businesses sell with it, because Shopify makes things easier, and not just for shoppers. They make it easy to start and run your business. Shopify is the commerce platform behind 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. It gives you a leg up from day dot with hundreds of beautiful ready-to-go templates to express your brand style so you can get up and running fast. You can tackle your important tasks, from inventory to payments to analytics and more, all in one place. You can also spread your brand's word with built-in marketing and email tools built for you to find and keep new customers. And remember that iconic purple Shop Pay button that's used by millions of businesses around the world? It's why Shopify has the best converting checkout on the planet. Your customers already know and love it. If you want to see less carts being abandoned, it's time for you to head over to Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/realm. Go to shopify.com/realm. Shopify.com/realm.
Hey there, thanks for listening. Now, back to the episode.
I did it again. Well, anyway.
What a delight.
That was wonderful to talk to Emily.
Yeah,
she's great.
It's fun to watch you jealous do an interview.
Yeah.
I've never seen you jealous do an interview.
Yeah.
I've seen you angry do an interview. I've seen you horny.
Okay.
I've seen you peckish.
Yeah.
I've seen you horny.
You already said that.
You aroused, and I've seen you drunk.
No.
But I've never seen you jealous.
Yeah, I know. No, this is the.
And horny.
This is going to be. No, you said that already. No, this will be the only one. This will be the only. Expect Except maybe if you do the episode where you and Ruth's character do it in the stacks, that might come up again there. But well, anyway, great to talk to Emily, and just lovely.
Yeah, agreed. And now, Robert, I am so excited to segue into the part of the program that we aptly call mythology.
All right.
Love potions, Rob. 2 words. Run with it.
The magic lore of love potions is steeped in various ancient traditions.
Go on.
Well, I'll start with the Celtic and Norse lore. Enchantresses like Morgan Le Fay, or witches in Norse sagas. Morgan Le Fay, which is interesting. I used to read books to my kids, and Morgan Le Fay was a character.
Oh.
Or witches in Norse sagas used potions to manipulate kings and warriors, sometimes for love, sometimes to destroy them. So really yin and yang on that.
Yeah.
One story goes that after a brutal war between the gods, a treaty was sealed by all the participants spitting into a vat.
Ooh.
From the spit, a being named Kvasir was formed. He was wise and poetic.
That's a nice name. They could have called him Spitface.
That's true. Dwarves eventually killed him and brewed his blood into the mead of poetry, which, when consumed, makes one a poetry genius and irresistible. So
I can tell you something. Kvasir had a kind of a run there, made of spit, and then murdered for his blood to be boiled and turned into a poem. He's like, why don't you just let me write you some poems, guys? I got away with prose, but no.
Now I realize why you're a poetry genius and irresistible. You drink a lot of mead of poetry.
And I'm made of loogies.
True. All right. Well, that was the Celtic and Norse lore. What about India, Richard?
In Ayurvedic and Tantric traditions, herbs and rituals to enhance attraction existed. Of course they did. Often intertwined with spiritual energy and chakra alignment. Chakra Khan, let me love you, Chakra Khan.
Let me rock your Chakra Khan.
The concoctions often incorporated jasmine or hibiscus. My neighbor's name is Jasmine.
My neighbor's name is hibiscus.
They should get that together. And a mantra to Kamadeva, the god of love.
In real medieval Europe, love potions were part of folk magic and commonly believed to include mandrake root, believed to arouse desire.
Note to self, buy mandrake root.
Nightshade or henbane, hallucinogenic and toxic, created feelings of euphoria or delirium.
Note to self, buy
dealer.
some of Rob's nightshade or henbane.
Rose petals, honey, and wine, symbolic of sweetness, beauty, and affection. Ooh, hair or bodily fluids, used in sympathetic magic to bind someone emotionally.
Note to self, donate to Rob some of my hair and bodily fluids.
Gross.
But bake them into a cake so he doesn't see it coming. And by the way, Tristan and, how do you say that? Isolde is a well-known 12th century European story about a love potion gone wrong. And I'm not going to tell you any more about it. You got to read it to find out. And also, in terms of love potions, in Japan, there is a mythical story that tells the tale of a potion made of seawater that when misused, when used correctly, can create a love bond between two strangers. When misused, can damn one to live on a happy fun boat that it will eventually kill them.
Oh, so it's actually about a happy fun boat that can kill you. It's not just loosely translated into that.
Correct. It's
wow.
That's the mythology of that.
And right here in the United States, there's a movie called Love Potion Number 9. Did you ever see that?
I didn't. I saw 1 through 8, and then just the story just fell apart. So I did not see the 9th.
It was kind of a classic movie from the 90s. Love with Tate Donovan.
Isn't that a remake of an old 50s movie?
Maybe. I mean, there have been lots of Love Potion, movies, but this one was with a young actress named Sandra Bullock.
Ooh.
And an actor, Tate Donovan, and it was made in 1992. And she plays a real nerd, and she puts a love potion on him, but she's actually kind of a cute nerd.
Cute nerd.
And now, if that isn't fun enough, we're going to take you to Fun Facts.
Fun facts! Fun facts! Fun facts! Fun facts!
The title is a reference to the TV series trope of introducing a new element into a long-running TV series in order to attract or retain viewers.
I did not know that.
I didn't either.
The German title is Zeit zu heiraten, which translates to Time to Marry.
Time to Marry. Wait, so the title Time for a Wedding. Huh. Well, Jared wears his real wedding ring in the episode.
Ooh, that's a fascinating tidbit.
This is a fun fact. The tweets that Becky sent were real and all still up. You can find them at Super Becky Rosen.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
This is the first appearance of Garth. Little trivia side note. When DJ Qualls, who plays Garth, takes the stage at a convention, the band plays a Garth Brooks song, I Have Friends in Low Places. And that's the correlation between that song and DJ's character when DJ takes the stage. Now, back to the other fun fact. Garth was introduced, actually, in episode 604, Weekend at Bobby's. In that episode, we hear Bobby's into the conversation with a hapless hunter named Garth.
Interesting. Yeah. Interesting. I wonder if DJ knows that that's why we play that song.
I don't know.
This episode introduces Crowley's beard, which he'll have for the rest of the series.
What beard do you give Crowley's beard? Like, if you're going to rate his beard, what's his beard rating for his beard?
At this point, I think he's had better beards than this. This wasn't his best. This felt a little, I don't know, Crowley this episode.
All right.
That's what I'll give it.
That's good. Well, Rob, I think this was a good episode for us to enjoy. A lot of guys. I know that always sweetens the pot for you. Overall, it was just a good time.
I thought it was a really good time. Great to talk to my old friend Emily Perkins. And
oh, yeah, great to talk to her. She also really handled the waiting room of the interview suite well, with all your tasteful news you put up on the wall. She didn't say a word.
You're a liar. It was a great episode, great podcast, good times all around. This episode of Supernatural features Jared Padalecki as Sam Winchester, Jensen Ackles as Dean Winchester.
Guest stars include Emily Perkins, DJ Qualls, Mark Shepard, Leslie Odom Jr., Mike Kovac, and Tammy Gillis.
Season 7, Time for a Wedding, was written by Andrew Dabb and Daniel Laughlin, directed by Tim Andrew.
Editing by Anthony Pinker, music by Christopher Leonards.
Rigging Electric was Monica Mayo.
Damn right it was. Executive produced by Robert Singer and Sarah Gamble.
Supernatural was created by Eric Kripke.
Pretty sure Rigging Electric, Monica Mayo, I believe her husband works on the show, Mike Mayo. They worked together on the show. Yep.
Huh.
And I think eventually Mike's son did too.
This episode of Supernatural Then and Now was hosted and executive produced by Richard Spade Jr. and Rob Benedict.
Produced by Stephen Hine, written by Stephen Hine and Haida Holscher.
And edited and associate produced by Trey Booty.
What's up, Booty?
Music provided by Tim Wynn.
The episode was recorded with the help of Sonic Fuel Studios.
This podcast is from Story Mill Media.
Follow the podcast on Instagram and YouTube at SPN Then and Now.
Become a member of the podcast to get early access, chat rooms with other podcast fans, and
tasteful nudes
and video interviews at patreon.com/SPN Then and Now. Supernatural was created by Eric Kripke.
Yes. Is that a question? Yes. The answer is yes.
I didn't know where we were.
Yeah, go with that.
Season 7, Time for a Wedding, was written by Andrew Dabb and Daniel Laughlin and directed by Time Andrew.
Yep. Time himself. Time. Man, I'm really glad Guy B didn't direct this one because this is more guys than we could. I know that, Rob, you have an unlimited number of guys that you're cool with, but for me, that would be too many guys.
That's a lot of guys. That's a lot. Even for me, that's a lot of guys. She meets up with Guy who offers...
Bring on the guys.
Offers Becky.
By the way, under the guise of having more guys in this episode, you should have worn a disguise.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point. How did we get on fridges?
You said something about William Perry in the early Chicago Bears days. And I'm like, you mean the refrigerator? And you go, yeah, the fridge. And you started singing the Super Bowl Shuffle. And your favorite line, because you always quote this, you're like, well, I'm the fridge. Yeah, I'm the rookie. I may be big, but I'm no dumb cookie. And I'm like, well, yes, but Jim Henson was a Cookie Monster, not Frank Oz. And that circled you around to the idea of puppetry. And Puppetry the Penis, which is your favorite play in New York.
Okay.
And then I talked about your health of your, I don't know, prostate or something. And then it came back around and you were like, yeah, well, I know a guy. I'm like, guy, right, guy.
Okay.
Guy, in the show guy.
Got it. Okay, thank you for all of that.
Hold on, real quickly. We skipped over one thing. Is it safe to say that Becky has seen Sam's wiener?
Right. Yes, he's not wearing pants.
Right.
Yeah. It's a lot. I mean,
what are you gonna do with that?
that?
Like as a podcaster, entertainment professional, and the guy who played her love interest.
Right.
Where do you go with that?
I don't love it. But it is what it is. She's seen his weenie. Becky returns to the union and tricks Guy by
plow forward, I guess. Okay.
Well, I mean, we've got to get through the.
I just kind of go at times. Oh my gosh! I hope you can't hear my laundry machine going off right now. But anyway,
no, it's actually great because it's nice for people to know that you know.
Did I do laundry?
Yeah, you clean.
When I'm hygienic, I think that's a very important quality that Becky. Like, if you are going to kidnap someone and tie them to a bed, we hope that you are at least hygienic.
Let's not skip over the depant him part of the whole equation. You depant him.
Man,
quite the conversation starter on the podcast. If it's any consolation, Rob, at least in this episode, Becky does not see Garth's wiener.
That's true.
She has seen Sam's wiener.
Right. Has she seen my wiener?
No, please. Gross.
Well, we did have a relationship in the show.
I think it was a wienerless love you guys shared.
Thanks for that.
You start that whole sentence over. That was terrible.
Well, you threw me with the pictures of nudes.
Story Mill Media.
I'm Amy Nicholson, the film critic for the LA Times.
And I'm Paul Scheer, an actor, writer, and director. You might know me from The League, Veep, or my non-eligible for Academy Award role in Twisters.
We love movies, and we come at them from different perspectives.
Yeah, like Amy thinks that, Joe Pesci was miscast in Goodfellas, and I don't.
He's too old. Let's not forget that Paul thinks that Dune 2 is overrated.
It is.
Anyway, despite this, we come together to host Unspooled, a podcast where we talk about good movies, critical hits,
fan favorites, must-sees, and in case you missed them.
We're talking Parasite to Home Alone.
From Grease to The Dark Knight.
We've done deep dives on popcorn flicks. We've talked about why Independence Day deserves a second look.
And we've talked about horror movies, some that you've never even heard of, like Ganja and Hess.
So if you love movies like we do, come along on our cinematic adventure.
Listen to Unspooled wherever you get your podcasts.
And don't forget to hit the follow button.
Legendary stories, awe-inspiring sound, and endless adventure. Welcome to the realms of peril and glory. Explore the mechanically magical vistas of Vale, the paranormal mysteries of liminal London, and the cyberpunk chaos of Cyborg. With breathtaking sound design and enchanting original music, you'll be immersed into unforgettable campaigns and heart-pounding one-shots. Ignite your imagination and discover the realms of peril and glory today. Go to realmspod.com or search Realms of Peril and Glory wherever you listen to podcasts.